5 Americans who were detained in Iran have finally returned to the U.S. They landed this morning in a military base in Virginia. They were freed Monday after months-long secret negotiations between the Biden administration and the Islamic Republic of Iran. In exchange for their release, the U.S. unfroze nearly $6 billion in oil revenue and granted clemency to 5 Iranians facing charges here. Admiral John Kirby, the coordinator for strategic communications at the National Security Council, spoke with CBS News about relations with Iran moving forward.
In terms of what Iran will do going forward, I can't predict that. All I can tell you is that this administration and this president is going to continue to put pressure on them. We sanctioned some entities last week with regard to the way they treat their protesters and Iranian citizens. And just yesterday, we sanctioned additional entities, including former President Ahmadinejad, for the idea of wrongful detention of Americans.
Dani Gilbert joins us now. She's an assistant professor of political science at Northwestern University. Dani, thanks for being with us. The talks to free these men obviously kept confidential, ongoing for months, but help us, take us inside how these talks typically unfold. It's high stakes, international hostage negotiations. How did the U.S. get this to work?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and it's wonderful to be able to talk to you on a day with such great news. So these negotiations take a very long time. It is a slow and difficult process, evidenced by the fact that some of these prisoners have been in Iran's Evin prison for more than 5 years. Siamak Namazi since 2015. So this is a really difficult and a long process whereby negotiators and diplomats from the United States, from our White House, and from the State Department are trying to work with their counterparts to do what they can to give up the least amount that they can to bring home Americans who are held hostage by an adversarial state. In this particular case, the Biden administration has thanked other country partners that they've worked with in Qatar, Oman, South Korea, and Switzerland, who are all part of these painstaking negotiations. And across negotiations with Iran or with Russia or any other country that is holding wrongful detainees or American hostages, these are our adversaries. We're talking about really difficult negotiations with our adversaries on the world stage. And so they're always hard, they're always complicated, and sometimes we get great news like this week.
And Dani, look, I second the sentiment that it's great to discuss this with positive news, but it's almost misleading seeing those men well-dressed, happy, walking off a plane. If they spent years in Evin prison, a place that is notorious for its alleged human rights violations and the conditions that prisoners are kept in, how might a country like Iran use that to their advantage to gain leverage for what they want from other countries, specifically the U.S.?
Iran is arguably the founder of this notion of hostage diplomacy, where they take American prisoners and hostages and hold them for leverage from other countries on the world stage. Since 1979, when they took the U.S. embassy hostage and held 52 Americans for 444 days. And so they've long known that this is a tactic that they can use that gains a lot of attention and that sometimes gains them concessions as well. The Iranian hostage diplomacy is different in many ways from Russian hostage diplomacy that we've been paying attention to over the last year with the arrest of Brittany Griner, with the prior arrest of Trevor Reed and Paul Whelan, and the more recent arrest of Evan Gershkovich. That the Russian cases tend to be a one-for-one prisoner swap, or at least that's what we've seen so far. But the Iranians, on the other hand, tend to make prisoner swaps part of much larger diplomatic deals that might contain money. It might be about other diplomatic concessions, like in 2015, when they included a prisoner swap as part of the Iran nuclear deal. Right. So this is often for them part of a much larger set of negotiations.
Well, Dani, let me ask you more on that, because during my time as a foreign correspondent, when we had to do hostile environment training, you prepare for what would happen if you were kidnapped. And we were told again and again, this is back when I worked at CNN, that the U.S. would not pay a ransom. They wouldn't pay money to get you out of a facility. So knowing that Iran succeeded, it got its own citizens back, as well as 6 billion freed up. Is there a fear that this could encourage them in further efforts to extort the U.S.?
It's an absolutely logical and reasonable fear. It would make sense that we would be afraid that our adversaries would learn from this, that hostage taking works. But on the flip side, denying concessions has never kept Americans and our allies safe from being held hostage. If our adversaries aren't getting concessions, they might be dramatically embarrassing the United States on the world stage, or they might kill or harm American citizens, which is something that the United States government and the Biden administration has committed to doing everything that they can to avoid. So, if barring concessions hasn't brought Americans home safely, figuring out that concessions will bring them home means that the administration really needs to commit going forward to making this costly. And that's
Yeah,
something that the administration seems to be committed to doing with new
sure.
sanctions, with calling out our adversaries and working with allies on the world stage.
Well, Dani, great to chat with you, and at the very least, at the heels of this positive news. Thanks for joining us from Illinois.